Good evening, I'm Brian Reagan, this is
Tyler Kelly.
and welcome you to our Twilight Talks on the Psalms. Tonight we're in Psalm 78, verses 67 through 72.
Moreover, he rejected the tent of Joseph, and did not choose the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, Mount Zion which he loved, and he built a sanctuary like the heights, like the earth which he has established forever. He also chose David his servant, and took him from the sheepfolds. From following the ewes that had young, he brought him, to shepherd Jacob his people, and Israel his inheritance. So he shepherded them according to the integrity of his heart, and guided them by the skillfulness of his hands.
All right. So part of this reference goes back to Genesis. We'll get my Bible pages turned here. It goes back to when Jacob was blessing his sons. And here's what he's got to say. There's the blessing on Ephraim and Manasseh as the sons of Joseph. But when you get to Genesis 49:22, it says, Joseph is a fruitful bough by a spring. His branches run over the wall. The archers fiercely attacked him. They shot at him. They pressed him hard, yet his bow remained taut. And his arms were made agile by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob, by the name of the shepherd, the rock of Israel, by the God of your father who will help you, by the Almighty who will bless you with blessings of heaven above, the blessings of the deep that lies beneath, blessing of the breast and of the womb, the blessing of your father are stronger than the blessings of the eternal mountains, the bounties of the everlasting hills. May they be on the head of Joseph, on the brow of him who was set apart from his brothers. That was the blessing of God on Joseph, and by extension, Ephraim and Manasseh. Because let's be very clear. Reuben should have been the firstborn, should have got the best blessings. Right? But he made huge mistakes. Okay? Big sin. Okay? Judah. Now let's be honest about Judah. Judah was a man above reproach in every area of his life. That sound about right, Tyler?
No.
No.
Not remotely.
Okay, so the choosing of Judah, you need to understand this. And I wish I had time to go into this. The descendants of Joseph are still the most blessed people on this planet, next to the descendants of Judah. And if you understand what's actually going on in Genesis 49, that when you come over here to Psalm 78, rejecting the tent of Joseph isn't meaning that he kicked them out. It's meaning that he rejected them and that he didn't choose the king to come off of Joseph. He chose the king to come out of Judah, but he had to, because of what he prophesied in Genesis 49 when he said, the scepter shall not depart from Shiloh. And he was using that blessing with Judah. So David coming up is this path, but it didn't have to be David. And that's the other thing that you need to understand. Some people have this thing that they're like, the kings of Israel had to come from the tribe of Judah. Tell me, Tyler, what tribe was the first king of Israel from?
First king of Israel was from Benjamin.
Benjamin.
So it was Saul.
God was going to give it to the other son of Jacob's favorite wife. That's who got first pick. You need to get this. God intended for there to be human kings over his people. True or false, Tyler?
False.
False. But what about Jesus? There had to be kings from the line of Judah for Jesus to be a legit king. No. Because God cursed the line of Judah to ever be kings on earth again once he cursed Jehoiakim through Jeremiah. This blessing, this kingship, all that stuff, it did come through Judah. It goes through David. But they're all pale shadows of what one person, Tyler?
Jesus.
Jesus. You know, what's greater, my teddy bear or my teddy bear's shadow? My teddy bear's greater. I'd rather have my teddy bear than the shadow. You say, you want to have a teddy bear? Sure. Feel him. He's soft.
He is soft.
He is a super soft teddy bear. You know, And he's got cool graphics. Some of the neatest graphics on the planet. Okay? So keep that in mind. God is the one who's faithful in spite of man's faithfulness, and that's ultimately how this psalm closes out. I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
When do we invite him back next time, Tyler?
We invite them back to our worship service this Sunday at the Lake Butler Church of Christ for Bible class at 9:30 a.m. And then at 10:30 for our worship service, both on live stream or in person at the Lake Butler Church of Christ in Lake Butler, Florida.
Yeah, and that's Eastern Daylight Time for the Americas.
Right.
Until then, have a good night.